Srila Gurudev Jaya Gurudev Srila Gurudev Jaya Gurudev Srila Gurudev Srila Gurudev Vishnupad Paramahams Parivrajacharya Ashodasha Srima Srila Abhaya Chanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananda Gauri Vaishnavrind Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Gopinath 51st anniversary Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jai. So today on the occasion of the 51st anniversary, we are going to be reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the most famous shloka that we all know, being Gopinath's people, the band of Gopinath. So I'm just going to get the text number. It is here. All right. So we are in Adi Leela, chapter 1. We are going to be doing text number 17. All right, so we'll all do Mangal Charan first. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Aham Shri Guru Shri Uta Padakamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vangsha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagvat Sevayat Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Text 17. Shriman Rasa Rasarambhi Vamse Vata Tatastita Karshan Venu Shvaner Gopir Gopinath Shriyestunaha Gopinath Shriyestunaha Shriman Rasa Rasarambhi Shriman Rasa Rasarambhi Vamse Vata Tatastita Vamse Vata Tatastita Karshan Venu Shvaner Gopir Venu Shvaner Gopir Gopinath Shriyestunaha Gopinath Shriyestunaha. Vaishnavas. Shriman Rasa Rasarambhi Karshan Venu Shvaner Gopir Gopinath Shriyestunaha Shriman Rasa Rasarambhi Vamsi Vata Tatastita Karshan Venu Shvaner Gopir Gopinath Shriyestunaha Shriman Rasa Rasarambhi Vamse Vata Tatastita Karshan Venu Shvaner Gopir Gopinath Shriyestunaha. Shriman Rasa Rasarambhi Vamsi Vata Tatastitaha Karshan Venu Shvaner Gopir Gopinath Shriyestunaha. Synonym. Oh, sorry. Somebody else? No. Shriman Rasa Rasarambhi Vamsi Vata Tatastita Karshan Venu Shvaner Gopir Gopinath Shriyestunaha. Synonyms. Shriman, most beautiful. Rasa, of the rasa dance. Rasa, of the mellow. Arambhi, the initiator. Vamsivata, of the name Vamsivata. Tata, on the shore. Stita, standing. Karshan, attracting. Venu, of the flute. Shune, by the sound. Gopi, the coward girls. Gopinath, Shri Gopinath, Shri, benediction. Astu, let there be. Naha, our. Translation by His Divine Grace of Vrajathanath Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There's no purple. Shri Srila Gopinath, who originated the transcendental mellow of the rasa dance, stands on the shore in Vamsi Vata and attracts the attention of the cowherd damsels with the sound of his celebrated flute. May they all confer upon us their benedictions. Jai. So this shloka comes in the beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita. The first chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita is about spiritual masters. We were doing this in Sunday school, that if Chaitanya Charitamrita is the book on love, why did you begin with the spiritual masters? Think. The first chapter is on spiritual masters. Then the next is talking about the various aspects of the Panchatattvas. Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, Srivas Thakura. Right? The next chapters discuss. The first opening chapter is about the spiritual masters. And so this is interesting. So I was thinking today we will take the class in two sections. First we are going to talk about Gopinath. Then we are going to talk about the devotees. In two sections. Right? So first when we talk about Gopinath, we see here that the reason the spiritual masters are glorified is because they are able to connect us to the topmost. Now in our material manifestation, when we use the term top, we are thinking the term top means somebody is winning and someone is losing. You understand what the word top means? If I'm on top, I'm the one speaking right now, right? So you all have to listen. Someone is winning, someone is losing. This is the deal. If someone is on top, someone wins and someone loses in the material world. But in the spiritual manifestation, when we use the term top, we are talking about where there is the most expansive experience. Are you getting it? It is not about somebody is better than the other. It is where you get the most expansive experience. Right? Now, Radha Gopinath, or the terminology Gopinath, represents that topmost experience. Thus confirmed. That topmost experience, that rasa, that mellow. Right? He is that topmost. And now, here's the beauty. Why is Gopinath the topmost? Like, do you know we have the three processes, right? Samban, Abhideya, Prayojana. Right? Why is Gopinath the topmost in that? Right? The first one is Sambandha. Sambandha is Madan Mohan. Right? Abhideya is Govinda. And Prayojana is Gopinath. Why Gopinath is Prayojana? Because he is Rasarambhi. You getting why he is topmost? He is instantiating the rasa. Are you understanding? He is, the term, in Hindi also people use this term, Aramba. Right? Aramba. It means to start. To start something. Right? So he is Rasarambhi. Are you getting? What happens in Prayojana is Krishna is instantiating. Are you getting? In Sambandha, we are building our relationship to Krishna. In Prayojana, we are engaging in devotional service. In Abhideya, I apologize. In Abhideya, we are engaging in devotional service. But in Prayojana, now Krishna is Arambhi. He is starting. And you can only imagine if Krishna starts, what happens. Right now we are starting, right? Yesterday, after such a long time we danced, right? Maharaj was singing. Right? Or after 2 years, or whatever, 2.5 years, or whatever the time was, right? Just I think 2 weeks ago they started blowing the conch shells. Right? I was in class, suddenly I heard the conch shell. I'm like, oh, they started blowing the conch shells now. So, sometimes you realize things, right? And then there was this amazing kirtan yesterday, right? Now here, the devotees have started. Are you understanding? In this case, the devotees have started, and it was fun, wasn't it? Some may say ecstatic. We will use the term fun, because we don't know what ecstasy means. We don't know what ecstasy is, but it was fun. Right? Everybody was singing, dancing. It was fun or not? Right? A lot of fun. Everybody was dancing so nicely. Right? Here the devotees have started. Imagine what happens when Krishna starts something. Whoa. That's something, isn't it? Now you're thinking, whoa, how could that be? That's Gopinath. Are you understanding what topmost is? Sometimes we are thinking topmost means, oh, the ones in Ayodhya are not enjoying. Oh, the ones in Dwaraka are not enjoying. No, they are all enjoying. They are all enjoying. But here in Gopinath, right, in that topmost position, Krishna is instantiating. What is the term used in Nectar of Devotion for this? Is the final position in the characteristics of pure devotional. Shri Krishna Karshini. Shri Krishna Karshini. It attracts even Krishna. Are you getting the term? Shri Krishna Karshini. It attracts even Krishna. Now when something attracts Krishna, you can't even imagine what happens. Maharaj was singing yesterday, I lost my voice. We were screaming so much, I lost my voice. Imagine if Krishna starts singing, you won't have a voice. So that's amazing. That's why Rasa Rambhi. Right? So this is a very beautiful shloka. Because our acharyas are explaining why this is prayojana. Why this is topmost. Why this is the goal. So our goal is to attract Krishna. Why? Then Krishna will instantiate. And when Krishna instantiates, then there is no question of falling down. Are you getting? There is no question of falling down at that time. So this is something for us to meditate on. Right? Gopinath is the topmost. He is. I remember coming here to the temple in 2002. Yeah, 2002 in February. I was living in York Street, 1 York Street. The hotel, the company had put you up 1 month. So I was thinking, okay, I'll come to the temple. So I remember sitting in the car, car meaning cab. I didn't have a car, I just arrived here in Australia. Car meaning cab. Sat in the cab, I said, take me to 180 Falcon Street. He said, okay. First time to Australia, the guy is going through, this M1 and all. I was thinking, where is he taking me? There are so many lanes. I'm thinking, what's going on? I hope he doesn't rob me. You're new, right? And then he turns and then he comes here. And he drops me just on the opposite side of the road. Right? Just on the opposite side here. I got off and I'm thinking, where's the temple? Where is it? You come from India, you're in Hyderabad temple, Delhi temple, big, massive, right? Where's the temple? Looking left, looking right, where's the temple? And then I was walking. I reached, St. Leonard's Park. I'm thinking, where is the temple? Then somehow I'm walking. Then in the road, as I was crossing, I saw that sign. You see the sign there? Hare Krishna. Oh. Then I turned my head and then I saw those golden words written up there, right? Shri Radha. Oh, yes. Okay, this is the temple. Oh, okay, all right. That's okay. Then I remember coming in here, Bhagavatam class had just finished. At the time, Atmaram Prabhu was here, very strict. Atmaram Prabhu. Mohit Prabhu remembers. Atmaram Prabhu, very strict. So, yeah, he was here, I think class had just finished, and devotees are having breakfast. We used to have breakfast here in the front area. I don't know if you remember that. In this front area, everyone used to have breakfast. So, came in here, and I remember entering this place, and I was thinking from the outside, oh, this looks like a very normal building. And I started thinking, oh, maybe this is a Namahata. Because you come from Middle East, right? So Middle East has a lot of Namahata. So I was thinking, oh, this must be a Namahata. Then I remember coming in here, bowing down, I was, oh, this is nice. Then I saw Radha Gopinath. And my first thinking was, oh, these are the famous Radha Gopinath. And I remember standing and I was thinking, okay. So you don't feel much. At that time, you didn't feel much. I was like, okay, it's very nice. So then I stepped outside, and of course, I was in Australia. That's my second day here in Australia. I was a bit hungry. You don't get no onion, garlic food here. Right? Exactly. I was hungry. And then I remember eating prasadam. And then I found the real rasa. It was khichdi. It was only khichdi. But I got rasa. I was like, I ate 3 plates. 3 plates of khichdi. So I was hungry. The whole flight, coming down, sitting here. 3 plates. I was eating and eating and eating. And I remember, I forgot the name of the devotee. I talked to him. Then he moved to the farm. Then I think he moved to New Govardhan. I forgot his name now. But I was talking to him and he was just talking to me. I was like, yeah. I said, no, I'm just coming here for work, short term. Short term. I become old here. Short term. So anyway, and then after that I came back in and I started looking. Now the thing is, now the tummy was filled with prasadam. Right? The tummy was filled with prasadam. Now when I'm looking at Gopinath, I think, they're quite beautiful. So what happens here is when Krishna feeds you, when he starts the process, you feel very nice. And so prasadam, eating Krishna's prasadam, is Krishna starting the process. Right? Krishna's extension. We take the plate and we give to Krishna. Say, my dear Krishna, please eat. Now, of course, when we say, Gopinath, you must eat, we expect him to give it back. We don't expect him to actually eat it. Because if he starts eating, then you know Govardhan Leela. When he starts eating, he won't stop. Right? This temple will not, all the temples of the world will not be enough. So, we are expecting to get back. Right? So, what Krishna is doing is he is looking and he's saying, okay, now take. Now, this is Krishna Arambhi. Why Krishna Prasad? Why we are saying eat Krishna Prasad? If nothing else, eat Krishna Prasad. If nothing else, right? If you have absolutely no other choice, eat Krishna's Prasad. Why? Arambhi. It is the beginning. It is the instantiation. So eat. Now as you are eating, you are enjoying. And then, as the prasadam goes in, and then you come for kirtan, then you enjoy even more. Right? Sometimes you go to sleep also. That also happens. But then, like my Guru Maharaj says, oh, you are in yoga now. You have eaten Krishna Prasad and now you're sleeping, you're in yoga. So that also happens. So the idea here is that the topmost position of Gopinath is where Krishna instantiates. Are you understanding? Right? So now we come to the original question. Why chapter 1 about spiritual masters? So we've explained all this to come to this main point. Why chapter 1 of the book of love? Right? You're into Valentine's Day. Here's your book. Okay, in the book of love, why chapter 1 spiritual masters? Because it is through the spiritual masters. Right? Catch this. It is through the spiritual masters that Krishna is obliged to start the process. You understand it? It is because of the spiritual masters that Krishna is now obliged. You think Krishna is obliged to bless prasadam because we are offering? I took the plate, I cleaned it, I put the offering, I stood in front and said, Krishna, please eat. And Krishna said, yes, I will eat. No. No. We are sitting and saying, Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashna. We are saying, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, take this plate. Srila Prabhupada was like, okay. Are you understanding? Okay. He's taking. Then he's giving to Guru. And it is going up the chain of the parampara, the parampara. You see the parampara? Then we see the Goswamis, they are sitting in their simple dhotis under a tree in Vrindavan, they are getting the plate, okay. Then they are taking the plate up. And then it is finally reaching Krishna, and Krishna is thinking, okay, too much salt, didn't put enough water, didn't fill this bowl up. But okay. Right? Okay. If the devotees are giving, I will take. Are you getting the process? So that is why chapter 1 is of the spiritual masters. So, in the instantiation of our Krishna consciousness, our immediate prayojana is the spiritual master. Right? You've all read Nectar of Devotion. Right? In Nectar of Devotion there are the 64 processes. The top 10 processes are pravarti or yama. And have you read the 10? Accept the spiritual master, serve the spiritual master, listen to the spiritual master, don't disobey the spiritual master. I think nearly 5 or 6 of them are all about the spiritual masters, and you're thinking, oh, okay, yes. Take care of the spiritual master. Right? But it is being done because it is through the spiritual master that Krishna is blessing the prasadam. And that is the only way we are getting this rasarambhi. We, Vaishnavas, are getting it in a different way. But we are getting it through the prasad, the rasarambi. Right? So that is why all of us, we have to be greatly submissive to the acharyas. Now do you understand why the first offense is one should not blaspheme the devotee? Right? These offenses are niyamas. These offenses are niyamas. Right? There are yamas, means you must do. And then there are niyamas, you must not do. These are niyamas of love. Right? This is in Harinam Chintamani. Bhaktivinoda Swami. These are offenses. Sorry, I apologize. These are niyamas of love. Please don't blaspheme the devotee. Why? Because in the rasarambi will not take place. Are you understanding? The rasarambi will not take place. And if the rasarambi will not take place, then the Krishna Prasad may not have the desired effect. Are you getting? So that is the first thing. So first we are understanding Gopinath is topmost. Right? So this is the point. We are summarizing this section. Gopinath is the topmost. He is the highest prayojana form. Why? Because he is starting the process. And that is amazing. Right? Now, in our situation, how is that working? Through the acharyas. Through the acharyas, Krishna is obliged to start the process. Yes? Is that making sense? So that is our first part. Now, if we have now understood that Krishna is the topmost, right? Then what are we? He is the topmost, right? Then we are the most fallen. Are you understanding? What a combination, right? Gopinath is the topmost. He is the highest form. And then we are the most fallen. Right? Now, Srila Prabhupada is standing here, folding his arms in front of Radha Gopinath, saying, I am leaving you in the hand of the mlechas. Yes? Nice, right? He's standing thinking, you please guide them. Right? Are you catching the second part? Who's I? Not me, sorry. Srila Prabhupada is saying, I'm leaving you in the hand of the mlechas. You please guide them. Are you catching the second part? Right? This is Rasarambi. Are you catching that? Are you catching the Rasarambi part? Right? He says, my dear Gopinath, I am leaving you in the hand of the mlechas. You please guide them. Now, can Srila Prabhupada give orders to Krishna? Can he? Is it possible? Can you order Krishna? No. Can Srila Prabhupada? Yes. Yes. That is the point of being a Nitya Siddha. Right? When you're a Nitya Siddha, you can discuss with the Go. Are you getting? Are you appreciating? So this is relationship. In relationship, one can say, no, you please do this. Yesterday Maharaj was giving class. It was 8:29. So Maharaj was asking, should I stop? Right? Now, can you say yes? Here's the question. Just genuinely think about this. Can you say, yes Maharaj, you should stop? You have the authority to say that? Do you? Then who said? Where did the answer come from? Nobody here was going to say it. So come from inside. Yes, 2-3 more minutes. Yes? So that is relationship. Do you understand what relationship is? In relationship, discussion can take place. Right? So that is what is happening here. Here, when Srila Prabhupada is saying, my dear Radha Gopinath, I'm leaving you in the hand of the mlechas. You please guide me. Right? This is Srila Prabhupada now asking Radha Gopinath, hey, you need to do this service. Usually, we have to do service for Krishna. Right? That is the usual problem. We have to do the service for Krishna. Here, what is Srila Prabhupada saying? Dear Radha Gopinath, you please. You please. Eh? Same prayer he does in Bombay. Similar prayer. Right? So you've read the book, I'll build you a temple. I said, it came out several months ago. Beautiful book. He's standing there and saying, Shri, Radha Rasa Bihari. Shri Radha Rasa Bihari. You please, if you be here, I promise you I will build you a temple. So they're living in a hut, was thrashed, breaking. You've heard all the stories that happened, right, in Bombay. But he's standing and he's saying, you please, I will build you a temple. You please be here. Right? Asking for service. Krishna is obliging. This is spiritual masters. They are able to deal in prayojana. We cannot deal in prayojana. All of us cannot deal in prayojana. Right? We at best, we do sambandha, and at our highest, we will go to abhideya. At our best, we are in sambandha. And at our highest, we will go to abhideya. Right? But who can deal in prayojana? The acharyas. They can. They have the ability to do it. So for us as devotees, right, we are the most fallen. Right, so there is the topmost, and now there is us. We are the most fallen. So now if we are the most fallen, right, how can we deal with the topmost? Are you understanding the gap here? The most fallen, the most topmost. Right? Now, what did we say is top? Is top that Krishna is winning then and I am losing? No. It simply means that the maximum exposure is given by Gopinath. Right? The maximum exposure is given by Gopinath. So then how can the most fallen deal with the topmost? This you have to appreciate. How is this possible? How? So we now come to a very interesting point. And this, I heard this from Bhaktivinoda Maharaj. He was giving a talk. It was an amazing talk, and then he made this point, and I heard this class 3-4 times. That was a really beautiful point. He was saying, actually, all of us, although we are looking at Gopinath, we want Govinda. Catch. Although we are looking at Gopinath, we want Govinda. So what does that mean? Think about this first line and see what it means. It means that actually, when we are now going to deal with prayojana, the best way to deal with this is through abhideya, through the process of bhakti. Right? You know the kama bija given to Brahma to begin his meditation. Right? And you will see that even in the Goloka chart, you will see that. Om Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Jana Vallabhaya Swa. Have you caught this? Om Krim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Jana Vallabhaya Namaha. Another name for Gopinath. Gopi Jana Vallabha. Yeah? You've heard this term somewhere? Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihar Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha. That's Gopinath. See that part? That's Gopinath. This Gopi Jana Vallabha is Gopinath. Are you catching? Now, in order to get there, who do you need? Govinda. And when you get there, who do you need? Govinda. So, that is why we are called, what are we called? Rupanugas. Our Gaudiya Sampradaya, we are in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, we are called the Rupanugas. Why? Because Rupa Goswami is Abhideya Acharya. Our Sambandha Acharya is Sanatan Goswami. He has written all the big books. Brihad Bhagavatam, Hari Bhakti Vilas. All the big huge books has been written by Sanatan Goswami. He is Sambandha Acharya. But Abhideya Acharya, one who takes the juice out of it, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, is Rupa Goswami. So we are Rupanugas. Why? Because by doing devotional service, we will be able to deal with the topmost. Although we are the lowest, but in the process of doing devotional service, you can deal with the topmost. Right? This is the, I wouldn't use the term secret, but this is the open secret. Let's use that term. The open secret of Krishna consciousness. That, yes, Gopinath is the topmost. Yes, that's a fact. I am the most fallen. Yes, that's a fact. 2 facts, tick, tick. What's the joining point? What's the joiner? The joiner is that by doing devotional service, right, one can now deal with Gopi. Right? The gopis, the gopis of Vrindavan, when during the rasa dance, right, Krishna leaves. Right? Krishna leaves, so they become very sad. They're sitting there very sad. Right? And then they're all discussing with each other. And then they say, Ananya Radhiko Nunam. He says that our Krishna, he has gone off with a special devotee. A special gopi. Who? Radharani. Right? Ananya Radhiko Nunam Bhagavan Harishwara. Right? And he is Hari. So he has left. Why did he leave? Why did he leave? Oh, for a minute, we were not thinking of devotional service. Just for a second, just for 1 second, we were not thinking of devotional service. Then, that Shriman Rasa Rasarambhi left. Are you catching? Are you catching what happened in the Rasa dance? The Shriman Rasa Rasarambhi, he left. Why did he leave? Just for a moment, we were not doing devotional service. Not just for a moment, he left. Ananya Radhiko Nunam Bhagavan Hari Ishvara. Hari, he left. He hurried away. Hari hurried away. Right? What is the next part? Ananya Radhiko Nunam Bhagavan Hari Ishvara Yanno Vihaya Govinda. He says that Govinda, the one with whom we can engage, Pritoyam Marahadraha. He is now staying with the gopi who not even for a moment gives up devotional service. Radharani. Now, of course, this prayer is being told by which gopis? Don't think that these are the Nitya Siddha gopis. This is not in the big ones, the big huge gopis. No. This rasa dance described in Srimad Bhagavatam is actually about the devotees who are just entering Vrindavan. The Rishicharis, Shruticharis, all of them. Us. Like when you're just entering Vrindavan, you have to enter Vrindavan through Rasa Leela. And first you have to see the qualification. There were some that could not enter Rasa Leela. They died in the houses. You know the whole story, right? So then they get another shot. So the only way to enter Vrindavan is through Rasa Leela. That's the only way. That is the only entrance point. Right? We left from there, we will enter back from there. Right? So that is our entrance. So here it is being said that even for a moment, if one gives up devotional service, even at that point, one will lose Krishna. One will lose Krishna. So the only way to deal with Gopinath is to continuously be under the shelter of Govinda. So continuously do devotional service. Then and only then can we deal with Gopinath. Are you catching? Right? Now the question becomes, what should be the mood, right, of our devotional service? Right? So we've discussed Krishna is the topmost. We've discussed by the process of the acharyas, we can deal with the topmost. The acharyas are also the topmost. Right? Then we talked about, I am the most fallen. Then if I am the most fallen, how can I deal with the topmost? Through the process of devotional service. And then a warning is given that if we do not do that, Krishna will leave. Right? You don't get the topmost for free. You do not. It is, when we say Krishna is Sudurlabha, and we are doing this right now in Srimad Bhagavatam, when the 4 Kumaras are saying, my dear Lord Vishnu, only through your mercy we get to see you. Right? The 4 Kumaras are saying this. Right, like right now in the Bhagavatam class. So Krishna is Sudurlabha, and Rupa Goswami explains, there are 2 things. One is, the reason Krishna consciousness is Sudurlabha is you have to get it through mercy. Right? But the second thing is that Krishna doesn't give it easily. Why? Because then if he gives it, then he has to be Arambi. Are you getting why he doesn't give it? Because now he has to deal with you. Right? See, remember, we are all here because we didn't want to deal with Krishna. right? All of us are here in this beautiful earth in the year 2022 because we didn't want to deal with Krishna. That's why we are here. Now we want to deal with Krishna. Okay, now we are in the flipping position. Like the four Kumaras are flipping, we are flipping. Right? We want to deal with Krishna. What is the best way? Is that one should engage in devotional service. That's the best way. So now the question becomes, then what is the best mood of that devotional service? So we'll come to the second part. Third part, I apologize. I mean, when I say third part, means it's the part of the second part only, but an important aspect. We will read Bhaktivinoda Thakur's prayers to Gopi. You all know these very famous prayers. Gopina Mama Nivedhana Suno Vishai Durjana Sada Kamaratha Kichu Nahi Mora Guna. O Gopinath, Lord of the cowherd girls, please hear my prayer. I am a wicked materialist, always addicted to worldly desires, and no good qualities do I possess. Gopinath, Amara barasa tumi, Tomara charane, Loinu sharana, Tomara kinko Rami. O Gopinath, you are my only hope. So I have taken shelter at your lotus feet. I am your eternal servant. Gopinath, ke mone shodi be more, na jani bhakati karme jadamati, podechi samsara ghore. O Gopinath, how will you purify me? I do not know what devotion is, and my materialistic mind is absorbed in fruitive work. I have fallen into this dark and perilous worldly existence. Gopinath, Niyata charane sthana, Mage pamara kandiya kandiya, Koro he karunadana. O Gopinath, weeping and weeping, this sinner begs for an eternal place at your divine feet. Please give him your mercy. Gopinath, tumi tosha kali paro, Durjana tarite tomara shakati, Kei ache papiraro. O Gopinath, since you can do anything, you have the power to deliver all sinners. Who is a great sinner than I? Wow, fired up. Gopinath, tumi kripa parabat, jivere karane ashiya prapanche, lila koile suvistar. O Gopinath, you are the ocean of mercy. After entering this phenomenal world, you expand your divine pastimes for the sake of the fallen souls. Gopinath, amike doshe doshi, asura shakala, pailo charana, vinoda thakilo boshi. O Gopinath, although all the demons you killed attain your lotus feet, this Bhaktivinoda is so sinful that he has remained in worldly existence. Bhaktivinoda Swami is saying this. So if this is Bhaktivinoda Swami's mood, what should be ours? We have to understand this. Yes, we are the most fallen, but Krishna, you are the topmost. So if I engage in your devotional service, right, if I'm able to engage, you can take care of me. So I really like this last line a lot. Asura shakala pailo charana. That even the asuras, who one asura you know? Hiranyakashipu. Pailo charana. He got the lotus feet of Narasimhadev. Right? Where did he get killed? Hiranyakashipu. On the feet of Lord Narasimhadev. Pailo charana. Asura shakala pailo charana. And what is Bhaktivinoda Swami saying? That he's saying that he's so sinful. Now the question is, why is the Acharya saying this? Didn't we just say Acharya is the topmost? Why? Because he is holding the plate that we gave him. Remember the prasadam plate that we gave? He's holding that plate. He's like, Bhaktivinoda Thakilo Bosi. He's holding that plate. He's like, okay, I'm so sinful. I remained in worldly existence. But oh Gopinath, you please take this offering. Are you understanding why? Bhaktivinoda Swami is not sinful. He's the seventh Goswami. We have the sixth Goswami. He is the seventh one. Ritesh gave me that the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, the lives and precepts. He found the book in India. So he gave me, he said, Prabhu, take a very thin book. I'm like, thank you. Bhaktivinoda Swami's book. You know, that one he had sent just 1896 when Srila Prabhupada was born, he had sent that book to London. You know, very interesting. Just when the first book traveled out, Srila Prabhupada was born. Foretellings. These are foretellings. So now Bhaktivinoda Swami, although he is saying that I am the most sinful, it is because he is holding the sins of the wonderful people. And he's saying, yes, he remained in worldly, but he's saying, my dear Krishna, you can destroy any sin. Rupa Goswami says, right, devotional service is like fire. It can burn anything. Anything. You've seen fire, right? It'll burn anything. Sometimes you've had bonfire, you throw anything at it, it burns. It just keeps burning and burning and burning. This is devotional service. It can burn away anything. Right? So this is our understanding today. We'll sum up again. Shri Radha Gopinath is Prayojana, the topmost. He's the highest. Why? Because he's Rasarami. We were only able to do the first line. It ran out of time, but the first line is enough to meditate for lifetime. Right? He's Rasaramvi. Right? He starts. Right? And so then our acharyas, they are instigating Krishna to start. Krishna, please, you start. Krishna, Gopinath, leave you the mlecha. You please take care of them. Krishna is like, I have to do the Aramvi. Yes, you have to. Right? So that is our our great benedictions that we have got from Srila Prabhupada. Right? And then although our position is the most fallen, if we keep dealing in devotion, in the Abhideya,